Private yachts from the future are about to get stupidly insane. Like, we're talking Star Wars meets James Bond on water. We've got yachts that literally turn invisible. Yachts with other yachts inside them. One that comes with a freaking blimp on top and another that goes full submarine. Like, it actually dives. There's one called origami because it literally folds open like a transformer. Another one that makes you passive income just by existing. And you won't believe this. That one was built for billionaires to survive the end of the world. And no, we're not talking about toy boats here. And the insane part is that these things cost more than countries. So if you thought Bezos or Zuckerberg could just buy one of these, come on guys, think again. Because these aren't just yachts, they're floating mega machines from the future, and even billionaires are scared to flex them. Let's go. Let's start with a yacht that's not just expensive. It's straight up banned from being sold to the public. This is a super yacht, and its design is so wild, governments won't even let it go private. It's called the Olympus, and it looks like if a Navy destroyer and a Dubai hotel had a baby. It was designed to be a floating fortress, originally for military use, but once the blueprints leaked, a few billionaires tried to turn it into a luxury project. Problem is, the tech in this thing is too advanced for public use. We're talking radar jamming systems, an underwater drone bay, a laser-guided missile defense system, and a nuclear backup engine. Yep, nuclear. Oh, and instead of just having a helipad like a normal billionaire toy, Olympus has an entire mini airport on top. Runway, hangar, 2 VTOL jets. This thing doesn't fly, but the things on it do. The bedrooms? There aren't any, because this yacht wasn't made for sleepovers. The new concept adds 4 command suites, basically apartments for billionaires who think they're James Bond villains. You can't buy Olympus, but if you're curious, the original build price, $1.7 billion, which, for comparison, is more than the GDP of 20 countries. But if you think the Olympus is insane, wait till you hear about the yacht that literally makes money while you sleep. It's called the Wind Hunter, and it's basically a money-printing sailboat. At first glance, it looks like a sleek modern catamaran. Minimalist body, massive white sails, solar panels everywhere. But here's the genius. The sails don't just catch wind, they generate electricity. That energy gets stored in giant green hydrogen tanks built into the hull. Once they're full, the yacht literally reroutes itself to the nearest port and sells that hydrogen as fuel. It powers itself, makes you money, and does it all without touching a drop of fuel. So not only is this thing free to run, it actually pays you to own it. That's why some people call it the infinite money glitch yacht. It's not for sale yet, because the tech is still being tested in Japan, but they estimate its resale value could hit $500 million, and that's without counting the hydrogen income. Let's slow it down for a second and talk about one of the weirdest looking yachts on this list. It's called the Shape. Yep, just the Shape. Sounds like something a toddler named after a cereal box, and it kind of looks like one too. This yacht has no traditional structure. There's a massive hole right in the middle, where a normal yacht would have its top deck. Instead, the middle section is cut out to create a floating sea lounge that dips into the water. It's like a hot tub made of the ocean. And if that sounds dangerous, don't worry. It has shark nets underneath, or so they say. But here's where it gets even stranger. Everything is pushed to the back, the lounge, the jacuzzi, the control center, even the captain's quarters. Because that entire front cutout, it's just vibes. This $400 million yacht is so unconventional that most billionaires refuse to even commission it. Not because it's too expensive, but because they don't want to be roasted by their rich friends. But trust me, this next yacht, no one's expecting. Because the UAE one isn't a yacht, it's a floating tank with a spa. It was made in the UAE as a way to combine military-grade protection with billionaire luxury. Think of it as a floating penthouse with missile defense. It's got bulletproof glass, anti-drone systems, armored walls, and even a missile interceptor in case someone tries something funny. But inside, it's literally a resort. You get a wellness center, 40-foot pool, indoor garden, cocktail lounge, and an actual boardroom. Yes, a meeting room. Because apparently, when you're on your $600 million fortress, you still need Zoom calls. This yacht wasn't made for fun. It was made for people who think the apocalypse is coming and they want to survive it in style. Alright, if you're sick of all the armor and metal, check this out. A yacht that disappears, literally. The Pegasus isn't your typical flashy billionaire flex. It's made of mirrored glass that reflects the sky and the ocean. So from a distance, it's invisible. And that glass isn't just for stealth, it's a full solar panel system. So the entire yacht is powered by the sun. Inside, it's like a floating rainforest. There's a giant vertical garden called the Tree of Life that runs down the middle. A spiral staircase wraps around it, leading to rooms with glass walls that look straight out into the ocean. There's a Zen garden, sky deck, infinity pool, and an open roof courtyard so you can stargaze from the tub. They say it's the most peaceful yacht ever designed, which is probably why it costs $800 million and isn't even real yet, just a concept. But if it ever gets built, it's gonna be the yacht that makes other yachts look like fishing boats. A yacht is cool, but you know what's cooler than a yacht? A yacht with a blimp. Yeah, a blimp. The Colossia is a $1 billion floating city that comes with a freaking airship attached to it. The yacht has 22 suites, 3 hot tubs, a helipad, a hidden garage, and a giant stadium-shaped deck that turns into an arena for shows or events. But the real flex? That blimp. It detaches from the yacht, floats into the sky, and leaves behind a waterfall infinity pool in its place. That's right. The airship has a literal waterfall pool underneath it when it takes off. Imagine partying 400 feet in the air, watching your crew swim below in a floating coliseum. That's Colossia. No one owns it yet. It's still a concept. But there are rumors Saudi Arabia might fund it as a future sky tourism project. But you know, some billionaires don't want stealth. They want attention. Loud, flashy, all eyes on me attention. That's where Project Decadence comes in. Designed by Andy W., the same guy who styled hypercars, this yacht is a tribute to vintage race cars. It literally looks like someone glued tires to a cloud, but it works. Inflatable sails pop out of the sides like spoilers, and when the wind catches them, it glides across the sea like a silent beast. It comes with its own mini yacht, which docks into the side like a space shuttle. But the best part? The steering wheel looks like it came from a 1960s F1 car. Totally unnecessary, but rich people love a good throwback. And then there's the V1, the Noah's Ark of luxury yachts. It's got everything. Shaded lounges, floating gardens, silent electric motors, even a river that flows around the yacht. Not a joke. They built an actual river around the deck, with koi fish, lily pads, and even a little bridge. Inside, it's Central Park with AC, greenhouses, vegetable farms, even beehives for fresh honey. This isn't just a yacht, it's a survival boat in case the world ends. If Elon Musk had a yacht, this would be it. And it's not even finished yet. And just when you thought it couldn't get more insane, meet the Migaloo M5, a 500-foot-long submarine yacht hybrid. It can dive underwater for 4 weeks straight. 60 people on board, movie theater, gym, conference rooms, 2 private mini-subs, 2 land vehicles, 12-meter limo tender, and a 200-meter spa. Inside a submarine, this thing is a Bond villain dream ride, and it might be the most ambitious private watercraft ever proposed. They don't tell you the price, because if you have to ask, you can't afford it. But insiders estimate close to $2 billion if fully built, which explains why no one stepped up yet, not even Bezos. These aren't just yachts. They're floating cities, war machines, survival bunkers, not because they're not worth it, but because they're too ahead of their time, too advanced, too crazy, too expensive, even for the top 0.0000001%. But if even one of these beasts makes it into the water, it's game over for every other yacht on the planet. So, this is it. Hit subscribe and watch the next one. You won't believe what's coming.